Hi Nida, Daphne here. Thank you for sending in another essay so quickly. Well done working so hard. And this is your first one with the template, which I know makes it quite long. So this is long, but we can, as you go along and become more confident with the template, some bits you will use, some bits you can leave behind or adapt, obviously, as you feel more confident with it. So this essay is about technology and has it made man more social. So that's the most important word in here. So experts related to software technology science and from other fields have debated whether, it should be whether, not that, so that should be whether, spelled like this. Okay, now I really like what you're doing here, but just to tidy it up a bit, I would put science, comma, software technology, comma, and other experts have debated. So this is a little bit long as a subject. So I just tidied that up a tiny bit. Whether, and you have to have the introduction. Digital devices and applications have led to more bonding and communication between individuals over time. You don't need over the time than previously. Rather than this, because there's a lot of words here just for an opening sentence, I would literally simply put than previously, which has the idea of before the invention and before that time. Okay, full stop there. So you want to keep it concise. Don't put too many words in. But otherwise, nice sentence. I strongly believe that gadgets and digital applications are excellent. So you're showing me a lot of language here, which is really good instead of technology. Great work there. Pave the way, very nice, towards friendship and affection among people and help in relieving stress. Excellent. This essay will elaborate opinions. Yep, by giving examples. Really, really good. That is a lovely sentence here. You're showing a good language and lots of variety. On the one hand, there's ample evidence that devices like mobile phones, I prefer such as to like, actually. Maybe it doesn't make much difference, but I think this is slightly better. Mobile phones, laptops, tabs, don't use that. I think you need to put tablets, is what we would call them here, are playing a significant role in bringing people together digitally. The central reason behind this is twofold. Firstly, cell phones and different applications in them, like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, are a great way of making new friends, getting an insight to others. Anyone suggests people who are very distant, just put others. And then, yeah, personal life and character. Excellent. That's really nice. Secondly, social networking applications play a significant role in eliminating anxiety and stress, which can be acquired. Now, you're not telling me who they are. I've got to go a long way back before I find who they is. So let's get into a passive, which can be acquired from busy lives. So rather than there, because we don't know who these people are, I've got to go a long way back. Here it's these bringing people together. So which can be acquired from busy lives. And then you're showing a passive, which is quite nice with the modal verb. So that's nice on the grammar. Whether it is work related or personal, comma, by offering people the chance to share, I think you would need to say, to share feelings easily with each other, even from a long distance. Lovely. Really, really good. This is brilliant. For example, recent empirical, now either empirical research, okay, or recent research, but not both. So I think it might be in the template, but to me it doesn't quite work. So it's a study and then just research. So recent research by the UK demonstrated that devices such as phones, laptops, and the applications they possess, you could have phone and laptop applications just to again tidy it up and because this word count is quite long here, have contributed in the twofold increase in communication along with eliminating stress among individuals. Hang on. So this is just getting a bit too repetitive and a bit long. So I've said, for example, have significantly reduced stress levels in under 50-year-olds or something like that. Yeah. Therefore, it's clear the arrival of gadgets or the use of gadgets and digital devices has helped. Present perfect in here because it hasn't yet finished towards socialization. Good. Very nice paragraph. Very impressed by the language you're using here, by your good sort of variety of grammar and sentence structure. So this is complex sentences, exactly what we want. Super well done. On the other hand, although there is a case for social networking sites like Facebook, Snapchat, capital letter, and just go into enriching people. So you don't need that. Enriching people with a social bond among each other and, sorry, where are we? And benefiting them with a sense of relief, REF, that's the verb, from everyday stress, comma. Some believe that people were more caring and affectionate towards each other before the arrival of technology. Yes, that's a very good point. This is largely because due to the advancement, watch out for articles here, the advancement in software and technology, comma, people are getting closer digitally, but so digitally would have to go here, but missing out on one-to-one interaction. Good. One-to-one or maybe even better face-to-face, because you could have one-to-one action on the phone, but face-to-face interaction, this is the point, isn't it? For example, a study by the university, watch out again, article, University of California, showed that people who do not, you can't contract, just do not use gadgets and get to each other personally. Okay, personal, who, so let's just, people who avoid gadgets and prefer by favouring personal meetings and get to know each other are more, yeah. So I would just, this needs to, there's just, you've almost got too many words. You need to just avoid repetition. So if you have here people who avoid gadgets by favour of personal meetings are more likely to have true friends. Yeah, so that if you get the sentence in like that, it's a little bit more concise, and this is what we're looking for. So because this is long anyway, we don't need these paragraphs to go on and on, being repetitive. Or even you could have those who, even rather than people. Okay, that's just a little bit tighter. That's on the basis of this research results. Okay, we cannot totally ignore the benefits to. Yes, we cannot totally ignore. Okay. Be careful though, because this thus contradicts exactly what you've just said. So be careful. Do you see what I mean? This sentence should connect back to that. So I'm not sure you even need that. I think I would probably leave it behind because I don't think it helps your argument. But don't worry too much about that. Okay. To conclude, from the arguments examples given, I firmly believe that gadgets, digital devices, and applications, and similar applications, you could say, have played an important role in making individuals. So, okay, an individual more socially involved or individuals socially involved. It's predicted that with continued advancements in technology or advances in the coming years, it will be easier. Watch out, this easier for people to boost and upgrade their social life. Okay, really good essay. So task achievement, you're absolutely on point. That you've absolutely answered the question really, really well. A little bit confused about the contradiction in this paragraph here, but otherwise you've done a very, very good job here, especially on the vocabulary. So lovely work on vocab and showing a wide range of knowledge. That's a good task. Bar chart here. I've put it in. I find it easier if we have the picture. Yeah. So word count on this is looking a little short. 170. Okay, sorry. You're good. So the bar chart describes two types of shoe sales. Don't put IE, just put comma. brown and black leather. In 9 European countries, you should write 9 actually. European countries in 2018. Overall, I'm going to put this here because you know I like it better here. Okay. Oh no, we haven't talked about this before. Okay, so Ben likes it at the end. Me and Ellen, one of the other characters, we like it here because for me it's more like your introduction, really. It doesn't matter. As far as the exam, it absolutely does not matter, whichever you prefer. Overall, a majority of countries, or the majority of countries sold, watch out, spelling, S-O-L-D, more numbers, or just more brown shoes, except for Belgium, which sold, spelling again, the least number. All right, yeah, the least number, which I suppose, so the least number brown compared to a high number of black, or in relation to its high number of black, because that is absolutely something you want to point out here. In France in 2018, sold almost 75,000. You need to write it like that with a comma. 75,000 brown shoes and 25,000 black shoes. Whereas, so not on the other hand, you don't need to use that in a task one. So whereas the UK tripled their black shoe sales as compared to France by reaching 100,000 and also increased its sale for brown. Now, careful. You'd have to say black shoe sales in the UK were triple that of France, or triple those of France. You can't have a word like increase, and you can't have a word like tripled as a verb, because this is an active dynamic verb and this is a static chart. So this chart is literally for 1 year only. If you say it's tripled, you're suggesting that it went up 3 times, but you don't know if it did compared to what it was before. So you have to say sales were triple that of France. You've got to be a little bit careful on the wording there. So you can't have increased its sale of brown shoes, because you can't have that word increase. That suggests movement, and this is static. It's not moving. Whereas majority of purchases for Germany were of brown leather shoes, even higher than you. Yes, yeah, that's okay. Yep. But while black shoes were sold less than in the UK. Good. This is very nice. What you're doing absolutely perfectly is you are comparing the data between the countries, which is exactly what we want. What we don't want is all the brown in one paragraph, all the black in another. You're working really hard to draw out the points of interest. This is absolutely right. Well done. However, Ireland's black shoe sales was similar. Black shoe sales were probably similar to Germany's. But were more than France. Yeah, lovely. That's exactly the right. So it's just on this choice of verb here. Watch out for that because it's not moving. Poland, on the other hand, don't use on the other hand. You don't need that kind of connecting word. Poland said them. So why don't you mix it up here rather than just going country, country, country? Why don't you go brown shoes were the most popular in Poland in 2018, followed by Hungary, Italy, and Germany and Ireland, respectively. Okay, so start with make the shoes the subject rather than the country. Mix that up. Whereas Hungarians purchased, so again, mix it up a bit, the highest number of black shoes, reaching 130. Yes, okay. And that's not so exciting, that paragraph. You might be able to make a few more contrasting comments. I think in Belgium here that deserves a mention all of its own. I think in here, Hungary sold high levels of both. I think you need to probably say that. I think that's really important. And the UK, you did make a good contrast. So there's quite a lot to say, but you're doing that really, really well. You've picked out useful information and you're making some good comparisons there. So my my advice would be mix up the subjects. Don't always have the subject, the country. Uh, just add a bit of variety in that. But otherwise, well done. Two really good tasks.